In our discussion continue, we are on question number 7. That question number 7 is that mention the global occurrence of volcanic eruption in 2021 and their impact on regional environment. Now this question having two parts. One, you have to tell 2021 volcano and their impact. In this type question, but this question is very specific. In an examination hall, it's very tough you to recall one or two maximum volcanic eruption. After that, anybody can write on impacts. So the demand of question is more of 50-50. 50% you have to provide and 50% is on impact. In this type of specific question, if you don't know one or two but basics you know on volcano and their distribution on volcano, you can approach, and you should approach this type of questions. So the broad outline of these type of questions is that first you provide, obviously there is no doubt, introduction, one or two line. After that your body content is majorly focused on volcanic eruption of 2021. If you have one or two, or you should provide this type of map, you should provide if you have, because there is very famous map on distribution of volcanoes. After that, yes, there is impact of volcano. Now in this question here is not asking the impact of positive or negative. Be focused. You should provide both positive and negative and having a conclusion within 150 words. So first you provide intro. You should note down this word introduction, but you should start that volcanoes are molten or semi-molten rock materials, molten and semi-molten rock material that comes out on the surface of earth through weak zones. These weak zones are, yes, obviously plate boundary weak zones, plate margins, through weak zone of plate margins by endogenetic forces. So these volcanoes having profound impact because they contain different gases or various type of gases and as materials. So this is your broad introduction. Now if you can write down or include one or two line here, you can write down these volcanoes generally are located on the plate boundaries of continent convergent, these are located on the convergent plate boundary as well as divergent plate boundaries. If you can write down, you can write down one line on this, so that much is sufficient. Now your introduction is first of all related to question, because question is having two parts, that is one is on volcanic eruption and their impact. So you should round it as a broad introduction. After that you can start from, because in exam time here comes the role 2020 volcano. It's a very specific question. At the time of prelims or whole year, you have read or there were two volcanoes very famous at that time. First is that Iceland volcano, and this one there is one volcano on DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. It is located here. That is Africa. Here is DRC, Democratic. These were the two famous volcanoes in 2021, but some are also there. But if you remember that there is one Nyiragonga volcano Niaragonga, sorry, this Niaragonga volcano is there in Democratic Republic of Congo. Because of this, it has a very it has affected many life of local population of that area. So this volcano is in DRC, but that one Icelandic volcano, because of Icelandic volcano, there is black flow of lava in valley region. Iceland valley region, black flow of lava. So because of these reasons, they were in the news at that time. After that, there is one volcano which was very famous, that is Tal volcano. These all are there in current affairs in Manila, Philippines. So there is also one volcano in Tonga region that is located on East Australian region. So that is news in 2020 also, and it was also in news in 2021 because of volcano. But the thing is that in exam pressure hall, because of pressure, you know that only one or two. But how to approach this type of question? You know basic that distribution of volcano, very famous map located on NCRT, where the ring of fire, here 60% of the volcano exist in the world, and 20% located on Southeast Asian region. These are there in NCRT, but if you read basics, you should draw the map of this basic distribution of volcanoes, because these 2021 volcano are also part of this ring of fire of Southeast Asian region. So you should draw map and practice map before you enter in the examination hall. Sorry, remember you should draw a map in small size, because error is less in small size. So this is basic distribution of volcano. You should draw this type diagram or practice. Yes, this is North America, North America, South America, Australia, Asia. Now where I am going to focus in this region, these are the plate boundary margins. Here is Borneo located, very famous. So if you have a pen of different color, you should use this region. This is the ring of fire. And it goes up to here. Here is in Caribbean island. These are the Caribbean islands. So this is ring of fire. Here most of the almost 60%, that is Pacific region, Pacific Ocean, 60% of volcano located. And 2021 volcano, what is there in Manila, and is also part of this region. Or you can locate specific, but you should show this ring of fence. Oh, sorry, I'm again saying wrong word. That is not ring of fence, it is ring of fire. Ring of fire, not ring of fence. Ring of fence is a history concept. Sorry. So after plotting this diagram, if you have time, you should enclose it, and you should write down here that figure is distribution of volcano. After writing down that much, now you come to directly on impact of volcanoes. Here you have many points. First, you can write down that because when volcanoes come on surface of earth, that they reflect the incoming solar radiation. What happened because of this? लोकलाइज्ड कूलिंग इफेक्ट इससे होता है, सनलाइट को रिफ्लेक्ट कर देंगे. लोकलाइज्ड कूलिंग इफेक्ट, वेरी फेमस एग्जाम्पल माउंट काराकातुआ of Indonesia, which brought mini ice age. This is very famous example. You should write down this type of examples, because ultimately these type of example which will you differentiate you to others. Other is that because of volcano there is change in soil fertility. Because of these volcanoes, sometimes they create a new rock structure. There is impact on regional environment. ठीक है, if they are located on coastal boundaries or island region, so it has impact on a nearby ocean water. Because of these volcanoes there is volcanic lightning. Because of this, how can you negate the loss of humanity? Because of these volcanic eruptions, because large number of aerosols increase in atmosphere, and sometimes carbon dioxide is increase in nearby regional or regional impact. Yes, over the period of time it has a long impact also. The content of fluoride increase, which is harmful for environment. So after writing down, you should write down some positive impact also. 1-2 point that because of yes, in a temporary period of time it has a negative impact, but over the period of time it provides a fertility to soil, so better for cultivation of long time. The very famous secondary succession took place. That is ecological succession, type of ecological succession. It starts from here. So because of this, the biodiversity of this region changes. So after writing down, you can write down that these are the natural phenomena we cannot avoid, but yes, we can mitigate. So after through different measures, that is the part of disaster management. So that much is sufficient to in this question, 150 marks, 150 words and 10 marker question. Now what matters in this type of question, first is that, or if you have a point you can add or you can delete some point, but that is the minimum requirement of this question. and you should provide minimum question or minimum requirement, because competition is very high. So thank you. I will be continue for question number 8 in next video. Thanks.